Hello Terraria enthusiasts, my name is James, and since the launch of Terraria 1.3.4, I've had a bunch of you in the comments section ask me, hey James, if you could add anything to the next Terraria update, what would it be? And now I often think, well, I could never add anything to Terraria that would actually be meaningful. I'm not a games developer, I'd probably make a really awful game. But I have been thinking since the launch of Terraria 1.3.4, what I would have added to 1.3.4 that they haven't actually done. Now the reason they've probably not done all this is because it'd be too stupid, it wouldn't fit into the game, there's loads of different reasons, limitations, etc. But if I could add anything to Terraria at the click of my fingers and it didn't impact anything else, here is what I'd add to Terraria 1.3.4. Now let me say, I absolutely love this update. I think it's perfect already, but if I could add 5 things, this would be it. So with that out of the way, let's talk down my top 5 things I would add to Terraria 1.3.4.
5.
So in the number 5 spot, I would add a interactive war table. Now when I saw the original spoiler for 1.3.4, I actually thought you would be able to interact with the war table and select your difficulty. Now I actually thought that because I thought it would be a really good idea. I mean, the way we have it now is that the event will scale up depending on the actual armor set you have and the weapon set you have, but I would really like it if we could just click on the war table and select our difficulty. Say you're in late game and a friend joins you and is not very good at Terraria, you would want to scale down that event, or say you're at the end of the game but you just want to see how powerful you are, I would love to just be able to scale down the event.
4.
Now, in the number 4 spot, a hero leveling system. Now, lots of people want a leveling system in Terraria, and it's actually something that's coming in the next game, Terraria Otherworld, but I wouldn't want to add a leveling system to Terraria itself, but I would like to see an event system that you would level up as you progressed onwards. So, say for example, the first time you actually start the event, you're at level 0, and you have to do it a few times to get a better rank. Let's say the first time you can only make it to wave 2, well if you keep trying and leveling up, maybe the next few rounds you'll be able to get to level 4 a lot easier. I'd really like that option to just, feel like you're really evolving in the game. Now, I don't want a full leveling system, I would just add just a leveling system just for this event to make it a little bit more meaningful to the character itself.
3.
In the number 3 spot, an economy system. So what I mean by this is I'm not a big fan of picking up the gems and then being able to place the turrets. I would really like it if it was kind of like this. So this is against Dungeon Defenders too, but I would really like it if when you kill the enemies, you pick up the crystals, you then go to a vending machine and you can then go build something. Maybe you can get a temporary buff using your crystals, maybe using the crystals you can actually place a turret, you don't need to own the sentry for it, you can just place a turret. Maybe you could have a few little minions come and fight just for a few seconds if you used your currency. I would really like that because it would allow people to kind of customize their way they do their events. Like for example, some people may go all out on buffs, or some people may go all out on minions, or some people may use different turrets that they don't own the stats for. I know an economy system would be hard, so I never really thought about this in the sense of where it would fit in, but I would really like that. In one of my spoiler videos, I theorized that the Defender's Forge may be a vending machine, and that's because I really wanted it to be. It's not, but that's okay, but I would really like to see that in the game. It will never happen, but it'd be cool.
2.
Now, in the number 2 spot, an endless mode. So I really like that there is 5 waves in the game. I mean, it's pretty easy to do once you get the hang of it. It's like 8 to 10 minutes every time you do it. But I would really like an endless mode where it times how long you've been fighting the event and it would just keep going. So for example, say you've been fighting it for 20 minutes, you may have 4 or 5 Betsy bosses coming at you, and you really need to make sure that your crystal doesn't get destroyed because there'll be lots of flying enemies around. I think if we had an endless mode, it would create a sense of competitionness, and I would really like that. I'd like people going to Reddit and sharing their times, and I'd like people on the forums going, yeah, I managed to get to 30 minutes in only using this gear. I would like that because it would allow people to kind of, swap and share tactics and such. At the minute, it's a very closed-in thing, but if it had an endless mode like a lot of tower defense games do, it'd be really cool to see.
1.
Now, in the number 1 spot, something I was really sad about when I found out that this wasn't the case. I really wanted Destructible Towers in the game. I really wanted it so that when you place down a ballista, if an enemy was to sideswipe it, it could be destroyed, and you would spend gems on actually repairing it. So it was confirmed in the stream before the update actually came out that they would actually be like sentries instead of destructible towers. I really hope there would be a crafting system in the game, but there isn't. It's completely cool that there isn't, but I really wanted to see it. I really wanted that sense of dangerousness. When you put down a tower on the left, you need to make sure you're not hogging the right. You need to be on the left to actually make sure nobody is destroying your tower. I'd really have liked to seen that, but obviously I can understand why we don't have that. I mean, it's a lot easier just to make it sentries, because then when you're not in the event, you can go off and use them, and it's a lot of new things for the summoning class. But that was just a little short list. So that's my list of 5 things I would do to 1.3.4. 1.3.4 is brilliant as it is. I really honestly wouldn't actually change anything, but I thought if I had to change things, I would add these small little things in. I understand why each of them wouldn't be added in. It's completely cool, and I really like the update anyway. But that's about it for today's top 5 video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more like this, click that subscribe button by subscribing to ChippyGaming. You are in the one-stop place for all your Terraria needs. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.